My breakdown for Wednesday, April the 5th, 2017. Long term. SPY still an uptrend. It's demonstrated by higher highs, higher lows. Bounced off the 50 period moving average. And immediately gapped up at all time highs, but traded down through a prior support level. Wide range day through their level, so potential change of character. Now coming back up to test around the midline. So intermediate trend is kind of indecisive, but it's looking like there could be potential change of character, potential lower highs, lower lows. So jury's not out yet, but we did close back below this support level. So it could be continued weakness. All right, top two pre-market movers. Plug. Technology, electronics, penny stock, gapped up to 52-week highs. So immediately I thought, this is not something I want to be trading, and because I historically don't trade gaps well. So it's a big gap in the pre-market, and it's not really a trade here for me. But one of the big pre-market movers. INL is another one. Penny stock, healthcare. Long term is kind of like drifting, doing nothing, and immediately I guess we've been coming off a base for about the past 3 months. Caught some volume, spiked up, but closed way back down. So is this in play? I suppose there's like a lot of recent volume, but we gap up to this prior swing high, so maybe you could have been thinking to fade if we got any failure up around the pre-market highs. So gap around. Gap up, and it's kind of there was a few million shares traded in pre-market, but I think the move's pretty much done. Like after it already gets above that high, test down back up, so maybe you can short below VWAP, but still not my trade. It's not my trade. Pinra was the other pre-market mover. Panera Bread, they make bread. So Panera Bread been going sideways, for the past year. Big picture. Recently in an uptrend, it's kind of going parabolic. Widest range day on highest volume before this gap day, so it was probably exhaustion gap here, and such a huge gap, I just did not want to fuck with it. Alright, so to break down my trades and talk about my total lack of confidence that I feel right now, especially, the results of how trades resolve are out of my control. I can't control what happens. I can only control my setup. I can only control my risk and where I enter. So it is frustrating that AOI and KTR did trade lower after I tried to short them. It sucks. But anyway, let's break them down. All right, so AOI, tech sector, semiconductors, been in play lately. Long-term uptrends defined by higher highs, higher lows. And immediately we had gapped up on high volume on wide range day, had a clean swing up, right? Another clean swing. Volume was still good on this day, so could have been pulling back, no problem. But then we kind of had these change of character days down, so rejection at the prior all-time highs, as on this day, and then been trading down. So as volume's been coming in on these down days. So I was thinking if we get below the prior day's low, shorts are coming in, and also sellers have been, people who are long might be selling. Kind of have this nice over/under level to play with here, So call that about a 6. So intraday, we opened up and went down, but I didn't short immediately. We opened down, went down, then we went sideways near the low of the day, so I took a shot right here, and my stop was up above here, and I got stopped out. So, maybe later in the day as we keep consolidating below that level, it's pretty good, and here's a nice support becomes resistance entry. So that's a fantastic trader right there. So, is this a made-up trade? It looked like a flag on the 5-minute chart. I got stopped out, so have to be looking maybe where to enter again. I said this maybe would have been the re-entry stop, but definitely here as we start tightening up near the low of the day, just add-on pops, add-on pops, add-on pops, add-on pops, pops, like all the way to the end of the day. So this is a wide range trade to be traded, and I was trading it, and I didn't make money. So is it because my process sucks? maybe. You know, sometimes you're going to get stopped out. I don't know if this is just one of those cases where I was trading it well and I got stopped out, and that shit's going to happen, or you know, do I need to be focusing on this trade, you know, more? This one right here. I don't know. Maybe Apple makes electronics, their technology sector, so technology's in play. Long-term uptrends demonstrated by higher highs, higher lows, and immediately we've been in an uptrend. So since it's breakaway gap day, you know, not really breakaway gaps since we've already been in an uptrend. Well, I guess you call it, okay, yeah, okay. So call it breakaway gap day, and we've been, you know, just grinding higher, going sideways near the all-time high. We had this wide range day at the all-time high, and then overlapping bars just under 52-week highs. The prior day closed higher at all-time highs, but the volume wasn't fantastic. But still, you know, we want to be buying uptrending stocks as they're going up. So what I saw intraday was that we had opened down, constructed for a buy. You know, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So you know, we've got an intraday uptrend at this point. We're above the prior day's high, so and we're making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows into the high of day. So start to get long here. You know, my stop is somewhere, you know, maybe in here. But we broke out and, you know, immediately didn't continue higher. I thought that was kind of a sign that, you know, something was fishy. And, you know, it's good that I got out because, I mean, I was just chopped around for like the next like 2 or 3 hours, just like wasting my capital, wasting my mental energy following this. So I think it was good that I read what price action should have been doing as we got to the all-time high. But I think the big signal on the daily chart was that the volume on the prior day wasn't good, so maybe that was a signal not to be long here today. NKTR. So, you know, this is a healthcare biotech, so biotech's super in play sector. You know, going sideways, and since November going sideways till we had this breakaway gap intermediately on this volume day. We consolidated, broke out, but since the all-time highs, we rejected down pretty hard, and you know, just the green days have been smaller than the red days, so you know, there was kind of an obvious level here on the 30-minute chart. It's like support level I was thinking about. You know, it's nothing special, maybe like a 5, but it was definitely, you know, where maybe people would have been long from that after that gap day, and maybe still holding, so maybe, you know, they would be willing to sell there. So we open up or open down, go down, but we test up. So we're making lower highs intraday into the level. So I initially had set my alert right here, and this was really where I should have been entering. But I think I was still long Apple at that time, or no, I wasn't. But my confidence was so shaken because I had just had losing trade in AOI, I had the trade in Apple, and I just like I couldn't fathom like putting on the position. I don't know. It was just everything about my trading just didn't feel right, and like obviously being uncomfortable. So I said I'm trying to do, and I didn't do the uncomfortable thing and put this trade on. Which this is actually a decent trade. This is a prior support becomes resistance entry with a better stop. I still get stopped down in this trade, and then yeah, it goes up and crosses a VWAP again, and comes back over here. Maybe this is a good spot to trade. You know, you get a nice chop, but you know, this, you know, I'm still shorting on a pop, so I don't feel as bad there, but this is definitely the place to have entered, because I was saying this is a prior, you know, prior support becomes resistance entry on a pop. But, yeah, so, you know, there's NKTR. Snap was another idea I had yesterday, so we're just talking about these overlapping days, and, you know, these potentially lead to breakouts. And I had this level marked, this prior day's low, because it's like the only support level kind of really in the way. I look at it on the 15-minute bear. So just, you know, nothing really like major, but this, you know, this prior day's low, a couple days low ago, that was kind of as an important level. So, you know, basically you get to the full Covell level, and you really could have just been shorting like any pops. Prior support becomes resistance right here, and that's where that trade's at. And yeah, that's that other level from the 15-minute chart. So we just go sideways, holding underneath it for like 2 hours. You're throwing on the trade anywhere right there, and put your stop above the level. You had one trade. So yeah, snap be a good trade right there. So I don't have much time. I have to go to work very soon. so I have to get ready and go, but I'm going to watch your videos. Talk about my number one idea for tomorrow is ALF. So ALF's been on the radar, right? Biotech, healthcare biotech. It's been in, going sideways, and then we, had this nice run on volume, sideways, try to break out again, but this was very change of character-ish. So we're back through this prior support level, holding beneath it, going sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days now. So this day's low was 670. This day's low was 670. So 670 is obvious level there. And basically, if we trade below 670 without going down too quickly, I think shorting any support becomes resistance or a flag, or just holding below the level for 30 minutes to an hour, I'd probably get short for ALF. The next one is fuel. And ALF is a penny stock, right? It's important to say that. Fuel is also a penny stock. Advertising been going sideways for a year. Then we had this pronounced uptrend that went parabolic. Highest volume day on the widest range day. Try to test the all-time high again, but just keep getting rejected as we get up there. So, I was trying to short this early, but timing's everything. So, kind of get these two. It's not narrow range inside day, but they're narrowing up. So, kind of treating this like maybe this is like a little pullback. If we get below this level, at least below this prior day's low. I'm thinking maybe, the backside is on its way because we try to break out of this prior day's high and close way down on a doji day. So this is, almost a doji. So indecision here, so if we get back below this level, this 480 level, maybe there's a short in there. So that's my second idea on the list. Momo still up there. Just, the volume started to come in as we went down. So if, just looking for any Covel trades below this, getting away from the process. So Momo, technology sector, been in a long-term uptrend, had an exhaustion gap, and then we, tried to test up, but beating sellers as price gets to the all-time high. So, have a potential double top here. So, and now with that weakness in the background and volume starting to come in as we're breaking lower. So, if we get below this prior day's low, any Covel entries will work, should work. Kite is my last one. Just kind of the fact that we have this prior level, this 74-ish level that has been support, and so going sideways, biotech in play, gapping up, had a nice uptrend here, going sideways in the all-time high, but this is a big change of character move. Sideways again, gap up, big change of character move. So now we're back, holding below that support level at the midline. So, if we went sideways, maybe like 1 or 2 more days, that would be better. But if because we just came down to this level, so I want to spend some time at the level. I mean, this is the one day. So if we get below it, today, Thursday, or Friday, this could be setting up a good trade. So those are my top 4 ideas. I've had a shitty week, really shitty week trading. A lot of it was because of undisciplined trading. I feel like today, at least, I took setups that had reasonable ideas behind them. I wasn't trading in the prior day's range. I was trying to have good entries. I put my stop at a legitimate place. My size was good. I didn't really chase anything. So, at least improvements there today. Sometimes you're going to get stopped out. Maybe there were better trades to be had. But anyway, got to run to work, dude. Later.